morning, this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. We'll be looking at the MACDs, the moving averages and the day's support, resistance and pivot levels. It is Wednesday the 18th of November. Looking at Bitcoin against the US dollar, we're looking at the hourly candlesticks here. It's a bullish start to the morning. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid the pivot at 17,342 to take it run at the first major resistance level sitting at 18,148. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Bitcoin to break out from yesterday's highs. It was at 17,815. So buying an extended crypto rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Bitcoin test resistance at 18,500 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 18,622. Fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 16,868 into play. Buying an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should steer well clear of sub 16,500 levels. Second major support level sits at 16,062. Looking at the MACD, we've got a slight narrowing of the bullish histograms. Nothing indicative of a bearish morning ahead, however, so need to keep an eye on that. On the MAs, we're seeing the 50 pull away from the 100 and the 200 supporting this early upside and further gains through the morning. So key through the early part of the day, avoid a fall through the pivot, break through yesterday's highs, and then through to 18,000 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Moving across to Ethereum against the US dollar, also a bullish start to the morning. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid the pivot at 475.91 to take around the first major resistance level sitting at 491.77. Going to need to see broad-based crypto rally for Ethereum to break out from 490 levels, however. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, could see Ethereum test resistance at 500 before any pullback. The second major resistance level sits at 500.86. Fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 466.02 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should steer clear of sub 460s. Second major support level sits at 450.96. Looking at the MACD, we've got a slight widening of the bullish histogram at the start of the morning, supporting this early upside. We're also seeing the 50 EMA pull away from the 100 and 200, less of a further upside on the day ahead. So breakthrough to 490 would bring resistance levels and 500 levels into play. Moving across to Litecoin against the US dollar, it's a bearish start to the day, bucking the early trend. Going to need to see Litecoin avoid the pivot at 74.98 to take a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 78.47. Support from the broader market's going to be needed for Litecoin to break back through to 74 levels, however. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a rebound, second major resistance level at 80.54 would likely come into play. A fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 72.91 into play. Buying an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should steer clear of the 38.2% fib at 71 and the second major support level sitting at 69.42. Looking at the MACD, we had a bullish cross and a possible bearish cross, so need to keep an eye on that this morning. On the EMAs, however, we are seeing the 50 hold its ground against the 100 and 200, suggestive of a possible recovery of the early morning losses. So key through the early part of the day, avoid the pivot at 74.98 and break back through yesterday's high through to 77 to bring resistance levels into play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, it's a bullish start to the morning. Going to need to Ripple's XRP avoid the pivot at 0.2987 to take a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 0.3096. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Ripple's XRP to break out from the morning high 0.3082. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 0.31 to pin Ripple's XRP back. In the event of a breakout, got the second major resistance level at 0.3165 that would come into play. A fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 0.2918 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should stay clear of sub 0.29 levels. Second major support level sits at 0.2809. Looking at the MACDs, we've got a narrowing of the bearish histograms, supporting the early upside. So keep an eye on that. We could see a bullish cross there. On the EMAs, we're also seeing the 50 pull away marginally from the 100 and the 200, supportive of further upside this morning. So key through the early part of the day, avoid sub 0.3 levels, break out from the morning high to then bring 0.31 levels into play.